Morning After with Nick and Big J, day number 2 of Rock on the Range, and finally it's Avatar time. Got John and Jonas from the band. Good afternoon.
Apocalypse has arrived.
We are very happy. How are you guys, man?
We're doing good. We're a bit, in a culture shock because up until we entered this tent, it was all very, very quiet. So it's all getting very, very interesting very, very quickly. Yeah.
Now everything starts to feel better since we met you guys.
Thank
our favorite supporters in all America.
We're like family.
We
know?
are.
Yeah.
We're
At this
old
point, we
dear
are.
friends.
We're the American cousins you come to visit. You know, like European vacation.
Little bit, yeah, and it's good to have you guys here in Columbus. Of course, you're going to be in Boise at the end of this month. We are looking forward to that show. The album just came out, and it's amazing. Hail the Apocalypse.
Thank you.
Is amazing. Talk to us a little bit about the writing process. Why did you guys go to Thailand to record?
Our producer moved there, and that was basically, we had a production meeting with him at some point during the recording process, at the end of it, basically. And he says at the end of the meeting, like, oh, by the way, I will be in Thailand at the end of the month, so if you want to do this with me, you have to come with me, And it turned out to be like the greatest idea ever. It's always good to do something drastically different to keep yourself on the toes and stuff, and so it was a great decision.
Was that a culture shock going to Thailand?
Oh, man.
Spending time there, was that weird?
Yeah, I guess so.
Most of the time we spent with ourselves, and also, it was mostly the food that was different. It was still Heineken beer, and
It was, true. But it was more the sense of isolation that we brought upon ourselves was, I guess, the main ingredient that we got over there compared to be closer to home.
Without that, we got there by the reason to get isolated from everything else, So basically, we were on the Thai countryside, waking up 10 a.m. every morning, and left our cell phones in our rooms, just to stay together in the studio all day and make some good music, And that's probably what made Hail the Apocalypse get the energy that Hail the Apocalypse have, It has some kind of certain energy which is quite rare for new metal records.
Do your surroundings influence at all the writing of songs? Maybe the lyrical meanings of them at all?
Well, we spent some time in the town of Patong, and that fed my misanthropy. Is that how you pronounce it in English, right? A whole lot of it, There's some. Thailand is a beautiful country and great people. We met them, of course. But there's also, some sad sides of places that are so exploited, like certain parts of Thailand is, and that just, you saw the worst examples of everything over there as well.
Well,
it was all the extremes,
And there's a lot of things to be said in your songs, like Bloody Angel, for example. I mean, there's a lot of important things in it. It's not just loud music.
Yeah, no, that's a whole lot. He puts down the microphone. Well, I always, that is how we, that is how we write and want to write. That the lyrics always come from whatever vibe that the music gives, and I always start with the lyrics at the end to the music that gives me the greatest sense of urgency. That gives the strongest vision, and we build from there. So we're making an effort to put something in there. It's really that we're trying to say something,
Talk a little bit about the Nirvana cover that made the cut on the album. What was it about that song that spoke to you guys and said this is something that we want to do an Avatar version of this Nirvana song?
Well, it's very fitting because on the way over, basically, we made a last-minute decision that we're gonna do this album all live, and we did, and that's, again, we talked about getting that unique vibe that seems to be missing more and more in metal for every year that goes, we had some time left, and we basically started discussing, what can we, we never record a cover for real, and bonus tracks is always good to have.
Right.
And what can we do? And Tim suggested it, actually.
And it felt very natural since, the reason why we choose to record the album live was that we watched the Sound City documentary on the plane on the way over there, and with Dave Grohl, if you've seen it. Brilliant documentary, and where they talk about music is not made, music shouldn't be perfect. Music is about mistakes. Music is about, catching the energy and all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
And so Dave Grohl was always some kind present without himself knowing it, and therefore it felt kind of natural to do something partly by him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You totally thought I was going to forget to tell that part.
Yeah.
Idiots. Anyway.
All right,
Oh,
drummers,
man.
stay quiet.
Drummers. You know, here's how I judge an album: is if I can't pick a favorite on the album,
Good.
it's an amazing album, and I can't pick a favorite from Hail the Apocalypse. I love them all.
That's exactly how we are thinking when we're writing songs. Exactly how we're thinking. If we got a favorite, we gotta delete all the rest of the songs, you know.
Yeah. It makes sense, man. Well, listen, I can't kiss your ass enough. Hell of a job. Cannot wait for you guys to come to Boise and just level that place again. And I know it's going to be a blast to go out there and do what you're going to do with that crowd. It's going to be so much fun to see you guys in front of all those people. I cannot wait.
Yeah, bring the
I'm really
creepy.
looking forward for the rain to hopefully stop.
Yes,
You know,
yes, agreed.
It's a windy stage.
Either way, we'll see you in a few days, and it's good to catch up with
That's
you, all
going to
right?
be awesome.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
I cannot wait.
Bring the creepy.
Yes, please.
Bring the
Avatar,
creepy,
day
yeah.
number 2 of Rock on the Range. It is the X Rocks.